Yo, what's up, guys? Oh, shit. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dr. Just on the Views, and I just watched the movie The Burning. This is a movie from 1981. I got it on a kind of recommendation from one of my subscribers, Dr. Olaf. Thank you. Do like Dr. Olaf, subscribe to the channel and recommend some movies, for me to watch. So, I would say this is better than Friday the 13th. In my opinion, not really, but it makes more sense. But I will leave that at the end if I remember it. So let's start off. So we started at the summer camp, Blackfoot, and 5 guys have a plan to scare the bejesus out of someone. And it worked. They scared him good. But their plan was to, they snuck into his hut, and they had a skull, and they let up the eyes of the skull, and the skulls were full of worms, and I don't know, maybe they dug it up, So anyway, they snuck in, they lit it, and they ran outside, and then they knocked on the window from wake up, and he woke up, and like I said, he was scared, obviously, and he slapped it over, or tipped it over onto his bed, what was next to it. And his bed lit on fire. But for some reason, why I don't know, there was a gas can next to it that also fell over when he was, but because he was also on fire, when he was all struggling and all. And then his whole hut was ablaze. He ran outside, all screaming and falling down a hill, eventually into a river. Or into a kind of small river, very, very low water. But still, he was, the fire was out. 5 years later, he is freed from the hospital. Sorry, I have some bit. I think I bit on my tongue or something, So, 5 years later, he is freed from the hospital. And there's a new camp, across. That's we'll come to it later. So anyway, so 5 years later he's released, and he's walking, his free life, and he comes across to a street lady, to say nicely, to get paid to. That kind of street lady. So, and she kind of takes him to her apartment, from, hey, are you coming up, or, because I'm going in, so come in, So he goes in, and he turns out the light first. And she says, oh, you like the light low key, okay, I can into it, so when he, she put on the light, to undress. And when he walks inside, and she saw his face, she was like, hell no. But that was also the last time that anyone would see her, because he killed her. So then we see the camp, Camp Stonewater, that's across. And one of the counselors is none other than Todd. And Todd is one of those 5 little brats that set ablaze to Cropsey. Cropsey was the guy that they want to scare. Not Corpsey, Cropsey. Well, it's a Corpsey now. So anyway, they're playing baseball or softball, I don't know, 1 or 2 and the ball got lost into the bush area, you know. So Tiger, one of the girls, went inside and got to look for the ball. But Cropsy found her first. But luckily, before he could do that with some, he uses of big scissors that you use for, hedges, like a gardener, those kind of scissors. He used those to to stab, and but luckily she went with the ball. She found the ball first and got outside, so she was saved. Nice. Yeah, she escaped with the ball. Next night, Cropsy. Oh yeah, Cropsy went for a second around the barracks where the guys sleep, for a little look. He looked through the window, but he got spotted by one of the guys that isn't that liked so much because he's quote unquote a creep. So the guys went to the mess hall to eat, and one of them went actually back for some vitamins. And then someone walked in. We saw only a silhouette from him. Someone walked in. But it was Counselor Todd. It wasn't Cropsy, who was still outside, He could see everything. Well, not everything, he could see the door. But they were safe. So the next night, two went swimming. Karen and Eddie. They went swimming. And Eddie was a bit of a dick. So she said, fuck this shit, I'm out of here, Screw you guys, I'm going home, She was like that, so, and I respect that because he was really a dick. So she went away, and her clothes were gone. Only her shoes were there. Cropsy had made a trail of her clothes. So she followed that, First she found her underwear, then she found, I think her blouse or something, and then she found Cropsy. She's that big. So yeah, I've looked at that. If you want to know who's the next victim, if Cropsy died, if he's still alive, you have to watch the movie yourself. This movie will get a 3.9. Yes, 3.9. It wasn't that good, but it was decent. So 3.9. Don't forget to leave a like, recommend your favorite camp movie down below in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Before I go, I would still tell you by it, this is more realistic. It's more realistic because Cropsy gets burned, he gets it hospitalized. I probably forgot to say that he got into hospital, and then he, 5 years later, he is released, and then he goes onto a revenge show on a killing spree. So that's why it makes it more realistic, because that could happen to anyone else. In comparison with Jason, Jason, he drowned as a kid, and then In the second one, he comes back grown up. So he didn't really drown to death, even though his mother thought he drowned to death. So, you know, in that comparison, yes, this is more realistic. And I also like a bit of the around the ending, you know, where they all ended up for the final fight, you know. That was also pretty nice surrounding. So yes, in that comparison, the realisticness, this one, The Burning, is more realistic, but I still prefer the Friday the 13th. So, what's your opinion about that? Put it down below in the comment section if you have watched both movies, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And now I will see you guys next time. Bye.